What is evil?
Creatures crawl in search of blood.
I think evil is God's way of saying, fuck around and find out. I believe these entities, they come to observe. I don't know if I understand completely why they're here, but they're here. They're not just ghosts of our family and friends, but
Demons squeal in sheer delight. It's you they spy.
ghosts of evil with evil intentions. Are you ready to watch what evil does?
But what of demonic possession? Can it not be understood through the science of psychology?
And how evil works? Hunting, finding these evil entities is a quest I feel driven to do by whatever is out there above us. To observe them, observe the observing, haunting, roaming. Beware! I am baby girl. Spooky videos. Well, I do hope you are enjoying these videos. Please let me know in the comments if you are. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the content. I absolutely love doing this. That and sharing talents. And with that being said, if you noticed last video, the TikToks, you know, the background in the TikToks, I drew those pictures in the last video. So I want to continue to do that. And if you have any suggestions, maybe let me know if you'd like to see a certain kind of drawing. Instagram messages, whatever. Let me know what you'd like to see or have. It's about spooky videos, so I'm going to shut up. And it's almost Halloween. And so I am getting like really, really into the spooky, if you know what I'm saying. Watch my video on that day and make sure that you subscribe to the channel, because I'm picking a random subscriber. I'm going to try to do this every month as a thank you to everybody subscribing and being a part of my community. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's get on with it, all right? Let's get on with the video. Mel, shut the fuck up. In my videos, also, I hide little pictures, like spooky little pictures. And what I'm going to do is incorporate a list in a pinned comment on my videos. And it's going to tell you what you should be looking for. And so then while you're watching my videos, if you got ADD like me, it would be fun to sit there and have a scavenger hunt in someone's video. Don't you think? Isn't it fucking genius? I swear to God, I should have went to Harvard. Can you imagine waking up to the sound of like a baby or like child crying in your house, and you're like, there should not be, that sound should not be here. But she gets up to see what it could be, and what she sees is, just watch them.
Woke up to the sounds of a child crying, and this is what I caught.
Wake up and there's something over there crying. Do you guys see that? Do you guys hear that crying? Look, it's fucking moving. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
Ryan, what are you doing? Hello, Earth to Ryan?
This guy happened to hear noises in his living room, so he went and decided to look at his security footage for the living room. You know, I think he had like a Ring camera home security system. So he looked in there to see the family room, and what he saw shocked him to his core. Absolutely. I don't know what I would do. I would stay in my room and lock the door. All right, I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but entities, ghosts, whoever you are, wherever you are. In fact, I know there's one here. If you're listening, listen to me right now when I'm saying this to you. I am serious. Leave the kids alone. And that goes for you too, James Charles. I get so nervous when I see paranormal activity near an infant or a child. You know what I'm saying? Especially a little baby like that.
A family has been experiencing strange activity ever since they moved into their new house. The parents have mentioned that they have heard disembodied voices in various rooms, along with seeing terrifying shadow figures down the hall. They recently had a new baby, and ever since they brought him home, the mysterious activity has only ramped up. As the video begins, we can see the adorable baby boy sleeping peacefully. After a few moments, the teddy bear resting alongside him gets pulled over in an unnatural manner. After reviewing the footage, it's interesting to note that the bear did not fall backwards and was already resting against the side of the crib. The bear instead was seemingly pulled to the side, which proves the bear didn't just fall over. While many people in the original comments section are convinced he captured paranormal activity, the few skeptics are certain fishing line was used.
This man has to investigate properties as that's what he does for a living. So he had to investigate this property, and there was a known squatter inside, and he knew about it. So he had to go there and literally get this person out. But how fucking hello anxiety? Do you know what I'm saying? I would have a severe panic attack before having to go there and kick some squatter out. You don't know if he's got weapons or he's on drugs. People do fucked up shit when they're on drugs. I know firsthand. I did fucked up shit. I am not proud of myself. But that's what you're sending this poor man into? Oh, you go take care of it. Yep, you got it.
In the following video, a man is inspecting a property where something very alarming was caught on camera the previous night.
See, guess what? Meron na naman kaming mga hindi...
As it turns out, a homeless person had broken into the property, and it's Benji's job, the person recording this, to get him out of there. However, unbeknownst to Benji, it wouldn't just be a squatter he encounters, but also something else. In his own words, this house terrifies him. It's the one place that he doesn't like to check for squatters. He often encounters them on the properties that he owns, which is why he's made this into a video series. But it's the following video from his whole series that has left viewers creeped out. This is what he caught.
Ayun. There is somebody in here. I know you're in there, man! Hello? Police! I know you're in there, man. This is in your house, man.
in the second video, he has to go back to get the squatter out. Because there's the part 2. But then he starts hearing a taser going off. A taser! I would be out of there and I would be calling whoever my boss is. What the fuck is wrong with you? Sending me in there with no weapon.
It was seeing the door open by itself that spooked out Benji. His first thought upon seeing it move was that the squatter was in there, but strangely, that wasn't the case. He would eventually come to the conclusion that this was just a draft or a wind current that moved it. But fast forward to only a week later, and Benji uploads a video that completely changes this notion. Benji is back at the house, ready to confront the person inside. Expecting a squatter, he grabs his phone to record them. What he records, though, is a different type of encounter. Take a look.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
These people in Tennessee ended up getting the fucking most incredible footage on their trail cam. This is why I don't go in the woods at night. What's wrong with you guys? Thank God they have trail cams. You want to never be found again. I watch too much true crime for this shit. The fear is incredible. Oh yeah, this trail cam footage is incredible too, because the cops were actually out there doing like an investigation. They were investigating these footprints that they found, so they were in fear that there was a mountain lion in the area. So they were like looking all over, trying to find this supposed mountain lion, and they put trail cameras out in the woods to try to help them find it. Well, what they found on their footage wasn't quite a mountain lion, I will say, but it was a mountain something. What the fuck was that? Get it away from me, I'm telling ya.
So the following trail camera captures come from the Evansville Police Department. These are 100% legit captures considering that they are coming from an actual police force. A recent investigation had been carried out by local police in Evansville, Wyoming, and it happened only a few weeks ago. They found large animal prints in the mud near the town. To the investigators, they looked like mountain lion prints, so they wanted to locate it and get it out of the area because it's a threat to the humans. Investigators decided to mount a trail camera in the area in an attempt to find what made these prints. But instead of capturing the animal, it captured something far more disturbing. First, the police set up trail cams, snapped various photos of normal wildlife. It captured a raccoon, a deer, a skunk, and even some wild turkeys. But then it captured this. It captured multiple shots of this strange man. The face of this thing looks terrifying and shockingly realistic. In the last photo, it puts its face right up to the camera. These strange photos definitely got people talking. Lots of Evansville residents suspected this was a prank and they did not find it funny at all. Others did not think it was a prank and thought that the explanation is rooted in something paranormal due to the realistic and eerie look of the being. Some also suspect that it could be a deranged man or a serial killer. Whichever theory is correct, I think it's safe to say that locals will be avoiding that woods for a while.
This one, there was a trail cam set up in a cemetery, that's a good idea to do for ghost hunting. Then you don't have to be there. Life hacks, you know what I'm saying? What you guys, you are experiencing the real me. This is the me. This is the me. This is me. This is the me. Anyway. Oh, this woman's just sitting at the table doing her thing, whatever she's doing. And all of a sudden, the stairs start creaking. And they're not just like lightly creaking. These stairs are loudly creaking, okay? And so she really starts to like, you know, get concerned. Like, what the fuck is going on, you know? And so she gets up to start investigating what's going on. And then you see, tell me if you don't get the shivers watching this video.
I was invited because of lesbian geography, and we've been together almost ever since for 40 years.
What was your first impression of her after meeting her?
So exotic. We're in a normal Molly sweatsuit. And I was in blue jeans and a plaid and a big
Hello?
This woman has been making videos about hearing and knocking, and I think I've featured her on another video before, but now she actually got it on camera where she's trying to let you hear it, but it's very faint, so you have to have headphones on and turn them up really, really loud to hear it, but you do hear it, and that would be very creepy to me too. I don't know. I mean, you would think that your phone would pick it up more because these mics should be like, son of a bitch.
So the past couple of videos I've been talking about this like really weird like knocking sound that I hear at night. My house is haunted and I think I finally caught something on camera. So I was laying in bed the other night and the only way I can describe the sound is like knocking, and I'm gonna attach like the video that I took. You really have to turn up the volume because it sounds really quiet. Like when I was hearing it, it didn't sound quiet. So I took out my phone and started filming it, and when I play the video back, it sounds really quiet, so you have to turn up the volume. This all happens like in the middle of the night. It says the time, because you can see my alarm clock. I don't remember what time it was, but it's always in the middle of the night. It's always like right after or during the time that I'm feeding my baby. In this case, it's like right after I fed her, and the knocking goes on for a good like 3 to 5 minutes, and it's just super spooky. And all my cats were in bed. My husband was in bed. Like all of us, every living thing that is in this house was in my bedroom. So there is no reason that there should have been knocking. So I'm going to play the video for you guys now. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, it went on for a good like 5 minutes. This video itself was only 1 minute long. I was so scared. You could start to hear me kind of like breathe heavily, and I eventually woke up my husband, and he looked around the house and we couldn't find anything. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I think it's pretty spooky.
She's hearing something. Now, she's not normally a person to tell ghost stories on TikTok, but in the spirit of Halloween, she thought, well, let's tell the story. And you can just tell that they were fucking freaked the fuck out by what happened. And her cousin came over too, that just got worse and worse and worse, you know? Banging on the walls, and then it got to be like every fucking wall and
Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true.
Okay, so I'm far from a ghost talk creator, and I don't make a lot of content on this app, but in the spirit of Halloween, I am trying to make it over to Ghost Talk to tell y'all a story about this house we used to live in. 5-6 years ago, we used to live in a house, and it was built somewhere in the late 50s, early 60s. It was me and my mom and my brother, and then at the time, I had just had my son. He's 5 now. And he was probably 4 or 5 months old. So this would have happened in like November, December-ish. So this was not the first thing that had happened in the house. Of course, it was the first thing that had happened to me because I was always hearing these stories like secondhand. Sorry, I'm on a lunch break from work. I'm gonna eat real quick. But this was the first thing that had happened to me firsthand. And I would always hear these stories from my mom and my brother. And yes, I believed them, but I didn't know how intense it really could be at the time when we lived in this house. We don't live there anymore. So one night I was sitting on the couch, and I used to do this a lot and like watch reality TV or whatever my fix at that time was. And I would just nurse my son, rock him. We would spend time together that way. It was cold. There wasn't a lot to do outside. And my brother lived in the basement. It looked like a ranch home from the road, but we had this walkout basement underneath, and he lived in the basement. He was a teenager, and I was about 21 at the time. My mom was out of the house, maybe at a church event. I believe that's where she probably was that evening. And we were home with my baby, just the two of us. And he comes running up the stairs, and he said, "Allie, do you hear that?" I said, Hear what, Gavin?" And so I was like, "Hear what, Gavin?" And he was like, "That noise." And so I like stopped for a second, and we got real quiet. And then I'm trying to reenact this in my car. We heard like on the wall, like somebody was taking a fist and like hitting the wall. And we heard it kind of coming from the basement area. And I was like, "What is that?" And I'm like holding my baby on the couch. And we stopped, and like it didn't happen again for like a minute or so. And so we just kind of sat there like, and then all of a sudden it got real quiet, and we heard it again. And so naturally our first thought was like, well, someone is in this house with us. Somebody's gotten in somehow. We had neighbors, and it was a subdivision. So there's other houses around us, but it was an old neighborhood. And it happened like every minute. So finally my brother's like, I'm gonna go check it out. You know, that's how like teenagers are. And he was about 16 at the time. So he like runs down the stairs, and it got really, really quiet. And I was like, Gavin, and I'm holding the baby. I was kind of scared. And then I heard the noise again come from the basement. And all of a sudden I hear this boom, 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 boom. And it's my brother like hauling ass up the stairs of the basement. And so he like gets to the top of the stairs and just like slams the door to the basement. And right as he slammed the door, we heard on the other side of the basement door, like we saw the door pulsate and move with it. So he's like backs up, comes over there to me, and we're like kind of like freaking out silently, like what is going on right now. And my baby was asleep and he was in his pajamas. It was cold outside and it's probably 6 or 7 p.m. So we were like, called our mom, like, Mom, where are you? Can you come home? Something's going on. We don't know what it is. And she was away. She was kind of 45 minutes-ish away. She couldn't get home right then. And she was like, call the neighbors, who we knew, you know, small town USA. We knew our neighbors and we called them. And so the neighbor across the street and his wife come running over with flashlights to check out the house, because our first thought in our heads was somebody is in this house with us. We didn't know if we should leave. We had been there kind of all evening, so I don't know how somebody would have come into the house. But they checked out the place. I think our cousin from down the street rolled over and also helped look, and they didn't see anything. All the doors were still locked. We had an alarm system, like nobody was in the house. They were there about 15 minutes. They left. But as soon as they got back across the street, and I was like, you know, maybe we were just hearing things. We didn't know what had happened. We heard it again, and this time it was coming from the room down the hall. And then it just like rapid fire intensified to like every 10 seconds on different walls of the house all around us. And so I'm like clutching my baby, and I grabbed my brother's hand. And so naturally I'm like starting to cry a little bit. And every time it would happen, I would say, Gavin, Gavin. And he was like, I don't know what you want me to do about it, Allie. Just ignore it. Ignore it. And I sat there and I'm crying and I'm rocking the baby. And I was holding Gavin's hand, and it just kept happening for like 30 more minutes until my mom got home. And she prayed and said prayers in the house. But to this day, that is probably the most scared I have ever been. And I was a flight attendant, so I went to many hotels and had some experiences doing that. But that was the most scared I have ever been to this day, and I don't have an explanation for it. I was wondering if anybody on Ghost Talk had experienced something similar to it, and I can get into more stories, but yeah. And yeah, we've just kind of always wondered, like, what was that and why did that happen? And something similar ended up happening about a year or two later to just me and my brother again. But I tell you, I'm not crazy. I felt crazy when I would tell, but for days after that, I could not be alone in the house. I would leave when they went to work, because of course I had a job that took me out for a couple days at a time and took me home for a couple days. But I would leave when they would leave for work, and I would not come back till they were off of work. It made me feel so uneasy, just like sitting there while that noise, the banging on the walls, just all over the house all at once. It was the craziest thing I've ever been through. So yeah, if anybody here has experienced something similar, sound off in the comments. I'm going to tag my favorite Ghost Talk creator, Tiff, too.
Oh, their neighbor's been gone for over a week now on a vacation or a holiday, if you will. And they noticed, though, that there is some kind of shadow figure, humanoid shadow figure, walking back and forth in front of the window, in front of the drape that he's got hanging up. So they're like, what the fuck is going on? Now, he didn't come home early, and there should be nobody in the home. So, you know, what do? Call the cops for a ghost? Or do they call the neighbor? Do they have his number? I don't know. That's something to be concerned about.
Y'all get y'all ass in here and sit down. Now, my neighbor been gone. How long, Bella?
For like a week.
Like a week and a half. Look, ain't nobody in their house, y'all. Nobody. Look at this shit, y'all. Do y'all see that? Okay, obviously the flashlight is mine. But something keeps walking back and forth. Look at this! Bella. Oh my God, Bella. Bella, what made you look over there? Bella spotted it, y'all.
I was on the porch and I was looking over there because the light was on.
The light been on since they left.
Like, and I saw like a person walking back and forth.
Oh my God. Bella, look. Holy shit. And they not back because I just talked to her this morning. Holy shit.
It won't be back for like a few more days.
I know. They out of the state, y'all. They out of the state. They ain't even in town, bitch. Remember that man died in there and they found him? I wonder, is it him? Look, look. That shit was taller than the window. It looked like a little one and a big one. Let me zoom out and see if we can see it good. Look at this shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. The flashlight is me, y'all. That's from my phone. What the fuck? Yeah, not only is it moving, but it's flying back and forth. It don't even look like it's walking. It don't even look like it's walking. It look like it's like, you know how somebody glide by with skates on? That's what it looked like to me. Damn. This remind me of when we moved here and I was sitting out here watching across the street and that damn shadow person.
The dog is who made them aware, and they opened the door and let it in. So, you know, what do you think's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? But I digress. You know, sometimes you got to fuck around and find out. You know what I'm saying?
You might recall from a previous video about a woman named Lauren Combs who lives in a house in the middle of nowhere. Ever since moving in, she can't shake the feeling that something is haunting her. Lauren tries her best to ignore this feeling, but there have been countless instances of her dog Luna seeing things that she can't, and many other strange occurrences that are thought to be paranormal in nature. Although most of these incidents are pretty creepy, it's the most recent video that was captured that is by far the most unsettling. It's close to midnight when the following takes place inside Lauren's living room. Lauren writes, "Ignoring it is out of the question now. I'm just going to document what I can and start to reach out to people that can help." This is her footage. Strangely, Lauren's dog begins to whimper before an object falls on its own. Following this occurrence, a doorbell starts to go off on its own as the footage outside shows no one at the front door. Now, as many viewers have stated, opening the door may not have been a good idea, as according to them, whatever was ringing the doorbell is now inside. Although it isn't sure if something was let in, the following incident seems to suggest otherwise. It's 3 in the morning when out of nowhere, this happens.
Because my surgeon thinks that I won. I gave you 6 points, I'm deducting 7. This is ridiculous. Don't make me think about numbers again. A brave and accurate decision. Yes, aye, Captain. Yes. Holy Captain, your horticulture is harvestable. Ah, good. Oh, thank you. Hurry happily and thank he's hungry. Hallelujah.
All of a sudden, Lauren's hair is pulled by something. At first, Lauren thought that her cat had done this, but upon looking around, she noticed that her cat wasn't there. As you can imagine, she was left totally spooked. The activity in her home seems to be getting worse, and it seems that she isn't getting much help to solve this problem. But, of course, what are your thoughts? Is Lauren being haunted by something, or is something else going on here?
Oh, this guy saw, caught really strange events after his grandma passed away. All of a sudden, all the kids' toys are going off like crazy, and I had an experience like that at my old apartment in Illinois. I came home from work one day, and I used to waitress. You know, I'm tired just walking in like whatever, and there's like a hallway before my door because there's 2 apartments downstairs and there's 2 apartments upstairs. And so I had all my kids' toys, though, that we were trying to get rid of, but I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. Anyways, they still had batteries in them. They still worked. I came home and all of them started going off. I'm telling you what, it's a scary experience if it happens to you and you're alone. Then he uses his Xbox on night vision. He was doing, like, this thing, when it finally came through, was doing a full walkthrough on his night vision. And I can't believe that he didn't realize there was night vision on the Xbox. But anyways, it's neither here nor there.
Top 10 ghosts caught on camera. Ghost in the Machine. These next 2 creepy videos appeared on YouTube over 8 years ago and were uploaded by YouTube user Marvin Kagawas. Marvin explains that after his grandmother passed away, strange, unexplained events began to occur in his family home. One night, he captures the terrifying activity on camera.
Alvin. Ain't funny anymore, man. The f***, dude. Alvin. It ain't funny, man. Alvin. Hey, bro.
A toy that belongs to Marvin's niece activates and plays songs by itself. Marvin is suspicious that his brother Alvin might be playing a prank on him and takes a look around the house. When he gets back to the living room, a lamp hanging from the ceiling is swaying back and forth. Marvin is just done, and he runs back upstairs to his bedroom. In another video, Marvin is playing around with the settings on his Xbox One Connect. He discovers the night vision feature and tries it out. What he captures is downright chilling.
Hey you guys, I just wanted to show you guys a pretty quick feature of the Xbox One and its Connect. It actually has a pretty cool night vision that I just found today. And if you guys already know it has night vision, then I'm gonna show the people who don't know. So right now it's completely dark in this house right now. All you can basically see is my Xbox One controller. Now I'm gonna switch on the night vision for you guys. As you can see, it lights up the whole room. It's actually a pretty cool feature. I don't know if they have an app for this or whatnot, but they also have this version of the camera. I don't know what it is. I think it's either infrared or something like that. And then back to dark. As you can see, all you can see is my Xbox controller. And then back to night vision. It's actually, pretty cool feature for the Xbox Connect that I haven't really heard of until now. Maybe they have an app for it or something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Someone or something can be seen standing in the back room, but Marvin doesn't notice. He turns off the...
Stupid radio. Why is it not turning off?
This guy's walking through a mausoleum, but he's by himself and he sees an apparition in the mausoleum. And it's like a young child apparition, but we all know, what do I always say? That the innocent captures of entities are usually what? What are they? Demons, bitch. Demons, bitch. What are you gonna do? Slay, slay, slay.
Now, this next video is not technically a haunted house, but maybe something a bit spookier. A haunted cemetery crypt. The poster of this video says that he was walking through the hallway of a mausoleum in a Mexico cemetery late in the afternoon when he happened upon another strange visitor near the tombs.
Y bueno, pues es un panteón relativamente nuevo, tiene alrededor de 30 años funcionando. Sí se ve algo tenebroso, pero pues supongo que así son todos los ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué es eso? Es un niño. Niño. Niño, ¿quién eres? Niño. ¿Qué diablos hace aquí un niño? ¿Quién eres, niño? ¿Qué pedo? Niño. Manche. Oh, mames. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Ay, güey. Ya no hay nadie. ¿Qué diablos fue eso? No mames, yo lo vi. Nadie me lo contó, yo lo vi. ¿Qué onda? No mames. ¿Quién está? ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? ¿Qué tranza? Descansa en paz.
Now, there's something else that's very bizarre in this video that you might not have spotted the first time through. Watch as the guy filming approaches the area where the young boy had been standing. Did you see it? The face of what looks like a boy peers from inside a sealed crypt with no door. So, what do you think? Is this a ghost caught on camera?
This salon really has something happen. Holy shit. Now, thank God this guy had his apron on for the haircut or whatever. But damn, man, this was like not even something subtle at all. Like this ghost is pissed or something like that. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, because it even shocked me and made me a little angry. Like, how dare you be so aggressive? What's wrong with you?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Are you okay? Yeah, are you okay? I'm fine. Are you? How are you? Oh my god! I think so. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing hit me at all.
Okay, I got a little present for you guys. You know what? We have 2 bonus videos today. You know why? Because I love you. Bonus videos are the best to watch with Baby Gail. Bonus videos are the best to watch with Baby Gail. This woman is about to tell a story to her audience, and she doesn't usually do haunted content or anything like that. So you know that this is like authentic when they tell you that, because you can look back at their content and, you know, prove that to yourself. But this woman's about to tell her story, and then she slows the video down, and you can clearly see several shadow figures walking behind her. Is that not nuts? And she's freaked out of her mind. You know what I'm saying? If they're harming people and they're doing things, that makes me so upset.
I'm telling y'all.
This one is a story. It's a good one, though. Now, listen to her tell her story. You can hear that she's like, you know, passionate about it or whatever. And it's just a really good story to listen to. I don't know what I'm saying here.
Okay, so this particular scary story, I'm going to use certain words for privacy reasons, but this did happen in real life, okay? So there was a particular person who kept getting dreams about the afterlife, okay? They kept seeing their friends coming back and talking to them that had passed away. And in this particular dream this person had, okay, let me just say this. The person answered the phone, okay? Let's say his name was Bob. Bob answered the phone, and on the phone was a friend he had gone to school with, okay? This friend said, you know, they were just chatting it up, you know what I mean? Like, oh, how you doing? I know you enjoying heaven. Bob was thinking that the person, since he had passed away, had gone to heaven, right? So Bob's like, I know, man. I know you enjoying heaven, man. You know, just trying to catch up with the man, right? And the person on the other end of the phone said, Bob, I'm not in heaven, bro. And Bob is like, what? What do you mean you're not in heaven? Like, I know you in heaven. And Bob's friend says, I'm not in heaven. And then he started to amp up his voice to, like, not scream, but like make him understand, like, yo, this is serious and I'm not there, right? And he says in the phone, tell my sons hell is real, Bob. So Bob wakes up and he's like, I had this horrible nightmare. And he's like, my friend from high school, he said he wasn't in heaven. And he said to tell his sons hell is real. And Bob looks over at his spouse and goes, I didn't even know this man had sons. I thought he had one child. And Bob's spouse says, yeah, he has multiple children. So the scary thing about this is Bob didn't know he had more than one child. So how did the person in the dream that was on the phone with Bob say, tell my sons hell is real?
Well, I'm going to end it here, guys. You have a wonderful day. Have the day that you deserve. Gypsy Rose. I love you guys. Thank you for coming here and listening to me babble like a goof and listening to me tell my stupid stories in my stupid accent that I know you probably hate, but I'm sorry. I always just go into that. Me and my mom talk to each other like that. I'm so sorry. I love you, bitch.